This week on the $1 Million Plan, guy emails me, says, Pete, kick me in the teeth. Pete, kick me in the teeth. And so that's what we're going to do. Yeah, this is not a violent episode of the $1 Million Plan, but every once in a while, don't we need to be kicked in the teeth? Don't we need someone to say, look, man, let's do this, and move on with it. That's why people hire personal trainers. That's why people go to nutritionists. That's why people get married. I'm just kidding about that. Hey, Frank joins us now. Frank, hi. You ready to get kicked in the teeth?
I am. How's it going, Pete?
It's pretty good. You're a glutton for punishment. But here's the thing. We're not going to bust anybody's chops for bad reasons, but sometimes we just need a little tough love. So lay it on me. What do we got going on? You're 32 years old. You're making $70,000 a year, $4,000 a month of take-home pay. Who's in your household? What's happening here?
So I got a baby boy and a baby girl on the way. Another few months to go, and kind of worried about my situation because I got quite a bit of debt that I'm like kind of moving along, transferring to 0% credit cards,
Sure.
and I gotta wipe that clean as I'm getting older here. So
Are you the only person working in your household?
I am right now. Yeah, my wife took her job and kind of said I can't work with being pregnant. So I'm the only income right now. I do a little side hustle with delivering for like Grubhub and other
Nice.
organizations such. So I make a little bit of extra there, which helps kind of add to the debt or unexpected expenses throughout the month. But like you said, my take home is $4,000. I ran some power percentages because I knew I was talking to you, so I have those numbers when you're ready. But
hit me with them. What do you think you're at?
So with everything, I'm at 24%.
Okay.
With just my regular job, and then obviously with the extra stuff, I kind of add a little bit here or there, and then kind of use that for spending money throughout the month.
So let's break it down a little bit. You have, by your numbers you sent us, $22,700 worth of credit card debt. Is that right?
Yes, across 7 credit cards and 1 personal loan.
And so, when did that debt start accumulating? How did it, like, what's the genesis of it? Was it an emergency? Was it bad decisions? Was it all of the above? What is it?
Kind of all of the above. Just kind of not spending within your means, and kind of living the high lifestyle without the, I guess, high income
Sure.
at the time. Because I kind of been getting pay bumps yearly, which is pretty nice, and I was kind of spending my income that I make now 5-6 years ago, and kind of been shifting around 0% credit cards. So
what income was your wife making prior to her stopping work?
about $30,000.
Okay. So I mean that roughly $2,000 a month or $1,800 a month take home pay. That subtraction from your life. What has that done? Has that worsened the problem? Has debt gotten worse since then?
So it kind of, I don't want to say it's a total wash, but I was paying daycare costs, which was kind of half of that amount. Sure. So I'm saving at least half of that, I'm not paying daycare. But, I mean, like I said, with the side hustle, I kind of taking the absorbent of that. But, I mean, it is definitely a tough time. I mean, we felt more comfortable with her working.
What's your stress level right now? 10 being like the worst, 1 being it's fine. Where are you at?
About a 7. I feel like I'm a little bit higher than that, but day in and day out, I'm at a 7.
Where's she at?
Probably a 4. I feel like she, we're making it. She thinks I'm doing this side hustle and it's making good money, so we could afford things here and there. But I mean, it's tough, going from work to work. Even though it's easy and kind of, I don't want to say mindless, but
Sure.
you're not doing a lot of thought,
You have plenty of time to listen
picking
to.
it up and delivering it.
Yeah, you can just listen to podcasts, right? While you're delivering
Yeah,
food.
Pete the Planner, exactly.
There it is. Good times.
Yep.
All right, so interesting. Is your what's the highest your debt's been? Are you at the highest level you've been at, or has it come down?
It's the highest I've been at is mid 30,000s.
Okay, and
it's-
so
it's
you're
come
on
down
your way down.
significantly.
Yeah,
I
you're-
am.
yeah.
I am. Yep.
Have you stalled out, or are you still flowing?
I feel like I'm stuck in the mud.
Yeah,
A little
yeah.
bit of, I need a little bit of a push. So I've been in the 20s for a while, longer than I care to admit.
So if you so let's take a night. You get off of work, you go and you deliver people's quesadillas or whatever they order, right?
Sure.
Hey, I brought you a bacon cheeseburger, you lazy son of a gun who just couldn't go get it yourself. Like on a night that you do like a full run's worth of delivering people's quesadillas, like how much money are you earning that night? How much are you taking home?
It varies from $40 to the high end $120 in between a 2.5 to a 5.5 hour time span.
And so, is that like, do you physically have the money that night, or do you have to wait for a payout day?
Wait for a payout day. It's weekly.
And so, what day does that happen? Like a Wednesday? It feels like a Wednesday. Is it a Wednesday?
That's a good question. I feel like it happens on a Tuesday. Really don't pay
It is.
attention to it. I kind of cash it out on the 15th of every month and the
Okay.
30th.
So, what do you do physically with the money when you cash it? I assume you just pull it into your checking account, right?
Yep.
And then what happens? Is it just part of your money then, or do you make a move in that moment?
So I make whatever the amount is. It usually it is over $250. I make a payment on a credit card that's actually up at the end of November.
Okay.
At the 0% window ends, so I'm piling on all the money there, kind of a race to the finish.
Sure, yeah. How much are you paying on top of those payments? The $250 a month or a week? How much are we talking? What's the $250?
So I'm it's biweekly 250 extra. for
Okay,
that,
so
the
$500
side
a
hustle
month.
Money. Yeah.
How much are you paying on top of that on your other cards?
$1,400 from my regular pay. I'm paying on top of my.
So you're paying.
Or I'm sorry, $750. I'm sorry, $750.
Okay.
I couldn't even see my handwriting. Sorry.
No, that's all
$750.
right. I can't
sorry.
read my handwriting either.
Yep.
So $750 a month plus the $500 from your gigging. So you're at about what?
Yep.
$1,250 a month is going towards debt.
Correct.
So yeah. And what method are you? So since you're 0% everything, you're just trying to get the ones that expire the soonest out of the way, right?
Yes.
After this November one, when's the next one that expires?
April 2018.
So it's weird. Okay, if I'm putting words into your mouth, just tell me to shut up. But I get this feeling that your current motivation, other than the natural things like your family and your kids and your wife, other than that, I feel like your primary driving force are these due dates of when the 0% expire. Does it feel that way, or am I being crazy?
You're not being crazy, and now that you say it out loud like that, you hit the nail on the head.
So if you've got one too far out, like April, then it's hard to give a damn as much as you do when, oh, snap, November is like right there, right?
You're right. Oh, man. You are.
That's weird. Well, I dabble in this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm normally a beautician, but I dabble in money. So I think this is it. It's one of these things where when you're forced to care because you have no other way out, dude, you raise your game and you're on it. But when you get to exhale, then you really enjoy the exhale. My guess is, come November, once that sucker's paid off, you're going to have a nice December holiday. You might, blow off a little steam, which means spend money, and then
Right.
jump back on the horse in February or late January to get that April thing paid off.
I think you're right. I mean, that's been the pattern so far.
And it's funny with these things. Like we could focus on cutting your entertainment and your behavior. I mean, and changing your behavior, and that's all great, and we probably should do that. I think part of this is just the philosophy of how money flows through your hands, though, of when you give a damn and when you don't, right?
Right.
When's your wife due with this beautiful child?
October.
Oh my! So the baby's
Or
like,
so next month. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's coming out.
So will you be doing less grub hubbing during that time?
Probably for the initial, October, November.
Yeah.
Probably, late December. But
Sure.
I feel like my expenses are gonna kind of lessen a little bit. I mean, my wife's probably gonna be home more.
You don't think you'll be ordering Grubhub, having some other schlub deliver it to you because you got a baby at home?
Sure. Yeah. That could. Yeah. I didn't think about that.
That's what happens. You know what? I have to be honest.
That's what happens.
I am a consumer of those services, and
Are you? Okay.
I am not Grubhub because we don't have it in our area or whatever. But like, I like those, but then as soon as I do it, nothing makes me feel lazier than like,
Right.
hey man, can you pick me up a chicken sandwich? Like, it just seems like the world is ending every time I do it. Oh man. There's now the booze delivery. What's it called? Like Drizzy?
Yeah.
Well, that seems like
Yeah.
a pretty nice situation right there. Anyway, all right, let's take a look at like how much will you pay off between now and November off the one that needs to be gone, the 0% one? How?
$3,000.
Okay.
$3,000.
So we're making progress, and then by the nature of paying on the other payments, you're at 22,000. You'll be below 20,000 easily by November, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's the plan.
How often do you bounce them to a new 0% interest when the 0% runs out? Like, I'm curious, is like how often that's the solution versus paying off the son of a gun?
Kind of running out of options to do that, and that's I've been more serious as of like 6 months.
Yeah.
Probably not likely anymore. I mean, all the ones that have the longer 0%, like the last couple ones in this the list are out in 2019.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't want to drag them out that long, but I think I'm done with transferring.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it kind of
I gotta
distracts
start,
your energy, right? I mean, it's just like,
Yeah, it does.
I've always felt that way. But I mean, at some point it makes sense because you're not, at least you can hit the principal now and not have the interest rack up on you. But at some level, it's like, all right, we're kind of, we're treating the symptoms here and not the actual problem.
Sure.
How about work? So at work, you're making 70. Like, can you get overtime, or can you get a bonus, or can you get a rate? Like, what's your situation there?
So our yearly reviews are coming up in February, and it's usually been a 5% and an okay bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm expecting a couple of grand on the bonus side, and then at least the 5%. Hopefully, with a title change, I get a little bit more.
Yeah.
7 to 10, hopefully.
Do you guys get tax refund checks out your way?
I changed my withholdings recently, a couple of months back, so because I used to owe taxes, so
Sure.
I wanted to change that.
I
Free money for the government.
yeah. It's pronounced government, but I'm not here to correct.
Government, yeah.
So you have $11,000 in your savings account? Where'd that come from?
So that was when my wife was working at Walmart, and we were living in a kind of a lower, we were renting at that time, and
Sure.
our rent was a lot lower than our mortgage now. So I used to tell her, just save your check, and that's where that came from. So that's kind of our emergency / cushion fund.
All right, so let's talk about this. When's the last time you tapped that?
It's been a while, probably over 6 months.
So you don't tap it when it's tight at the end of a month. Like, you typically leave it alone, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so that's really good. Number two, do you plan on using any of this money to pay for the bills for new baby?
So I already paid off. I cash flowed my deductible, which is 4,000
Yeah.
already. So I've already paid out 4,000. So everything medical wise is covered 100%.
So you put the baby on
This
layaway,
year.
is what you're telling me.
Yes. Yes, I did.
You've already made payments. You just got to go pick it up.
Right.
It's that easy. Just tell your wife. It's that easy. We're just picking this thing up.
Yep.
I wouldn't go with that. All right, because here's what I'm thinking. $11,000 sitting there, you're treating it the right way. What if it could help you create some momentum in this debt pay down? Is there a particular reason why you haven't used some or all or any of that money to pay down some of these credit card debts?
My wife likes looking at it.
Sure.
For me, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't exist for me because we don't touch it, and I don't use it for anything particular. And usually, all the stuff that's coming out is either out of the paycheck or out of the side hustle. So, I mean, I think I know where you're getting with. I also listen to another financial podcast that's kind of popular,
Sure.
or really popular. And
Unlike mine,
he kind of
the
says-
other one is very
Yeah.
popular. Mine is
Yeah,
moderately to unpopular.
I think you're second to that one.
Well, you
by
know,
viewers.
I appreciate your poor judgment. So he says what? What's this? What's the popular guy say?
Get down to 1,000, and
Yeah.
you know,
I don't
But
think
I'm not
that's the
a big
answer.
fan of that.
Sure. I don't know.
Right.
That's not where we're going. So let's look at
Okay.
this. Are you using the snowball/momentum method of getting out of debt? Are you using that method?
yes,
Okay.
yes, I am.
So here's how I would look at this. Could you grab, after that $3,000 is paid off in November, could you grab a debt or two for $5,000 and eliminate that, thus freeing up those payments just to create a little bit more momentum? Could you do that, or is your next debt so much bigger than $5,000?
So the next three in a row, I could wipe out with 5,000,
You could?
and then that would leave me, with just three credit cards left, which 2 out of the 3 are due in 2019. Which, I mean, obviously, like I said from the beginning, I don't want to drag it out that long.
No. But the way I view this is like if you use your 3 of Grubhub money, 5 of money you've already saved, that's 8. So you're going down to what? My math's about $14,000 and 3 credit cards relatively quickly. Here's what I would do if I were you. Once you pay off that one in November, I would reward yourself by paying off $5,000 at least. And still keeping a $6,000 emergency fund. I would totally do that.
Okay.
I like that
Definitely.
plan.
I mean, yeah, I like it too now that it's out in the open.
But see, here's the thing: you're gonna just have to keep giving a damn. Here's the thing: I know
Yeah.
you care. I know you care, but you're exhaling. You're exhaling too soon.
Right.
It's not in striking distance either right now. That's the other challenge. Like $22,000
I know,
might as
I know
well be
that-
$1 million.
Right. That's what kills me. I
Right.
mean, if I was like in the 7,000 range, I could be like, oh man, I'm going to push through this and knock it out. But yeah, I look at it, and I've been in like I said, I've been in the 20,000 range for a while, and it's like, I just want to see a 1 instead of a 2.
No, dude, I'm with you. Here's the other thing. It's funny because with the timing of the 0% ending, that's exactly what you're currently doing. You're going, oh, this is within striking range. Let's do it. But the overall aggregate debt, you're not looking at it that way. You're looking at it like, holy crap, this is like the federal deficit here.
Right.
So I think that's the juice, like, right? Let's get it down to $14,000, and then you can go, oh, all right, here we go. Yeah, and plus the baby will scream and say, you're gonna want out of the house. You can go deliver people's chips,
Right.
Do you ever look at them judgmentally? It's like, really, you needed a triple cheeseburger? I don't think you did, buddy. I'm gonna be honest. Do you ever do that?
I look at people that order drinks, and one person ordered like hot tea, and I'm just looking at myself like, really?
Wait,
You
that's
need
it?
somebody
Just
to
hot
deliver
tea?
Yeah, and it was. I mean, he gave me a good tip, but it was. Yeah,
And did you I got a
it was
tip for
kind of
you.
weird.
Don't order hot tea, you dummy. You didn't do that,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Here's and this is going to sound, I don't even know why I'm telling you this story. So, I had one of these services deliver food. This is probably 6 months ago. The person comes to the door and it was like 9 o'clock at night. My wife and I just got back from soccer or something for our kids. And the guy was like, "You're Pete the planner." And I was like, yeah. And he's like, "You think this makes a lot of sense for you?" And I'm like, "Stop it. Don't give me my own advice back to me when I'm just trying to have my buffalo chicken wrap." I'm sorry. Okay, sorry, I get excited. When do you think your wife will go back to work? Do you think she's not working for a while?
Probably in 18 months or so, just to get the first kid into school. And
See,
then
yeah, I think
probably
you can make
daycare. Yeah.
huge headway between now and then. Huge. I think you could. And if that's the case, that means that extra money coming in is going to probably finish the job,
Right.
And then also the good news. Let's also not forget the good news here. I mean, what, $1,200 to $1,400 a month you're paying towards this. When it's all gone, you can rebuild your savings and then get on the horse for retirement and hopefully put
Yeah.
debt past you permanently. Have you ever had a chunk of debt that you paid to zero, or has it always been there now?
So I did pay off the first one that I had was $9,000, and I paid that down to zero, and kind of left it so it's still at zero. That credit card that the first one in the row of 0%
Yeah.
terror. So
Well, good. Well,
yeah, so I did. That's a big chunk for me at least.
you got life insurance for those two beautiful children of yours? One that's paid for and one, well, the other one's paid for too. It's not here yet. You
Yeah.
have life insurance?
I do from work, which is obviously not enough, but I got to start getting on that. That's kind of a leak in the boat for me.
Frank, we're so close, man. You got to dot some I's. Here's the thing. Your $20,000 dot the I, it seems like a really big dot the I, but I think we've already showed, I mean, we just need a couple things to fall in line, right?
Sure.
And you're on the way. I think you're closer to this than you think, which is maybe why you just felt you needed a kick in the teeth a little bit, kick in the pants, because I feel like you're just about there,
Yeah.
I don't know if this makes you feel better or worse, but I've seen lots of.
I feel better, but I feel like an idiot sometimes because I mean the stuff that you mentioned, it should have came to me myself.
Well, that's why you get perspective.
Especially the motivation part. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, you can't beat yourself up over that. I'll say this, and I don't know how you'll feel about this, but I see these situations a lot. For some reason, for a dude that has $20,000 worth of debt, the situation doesn't actually seem that bad. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I've been day drinking. I don't know, but it feels like I'm not that worried. And I typically I will go home after calls like these, and I will stew about this for 2 days. I don't feel that way today, and I like you. It's not because I dislike you, and I'm glad it's happening to you. So I feel like you're just like right there. So maybe take that for something good. I don't know.
Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
see when taxes come around. Maybe we get a nice refund, and I could just throw all that also.
You want to talk about, we talk about my life. What stresses me out more than anything is tax time. Ask anyone around me, I turn into I hate taxes. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
So, anything else I can help you with?
No, I just retirement. I kind of put it on pause. I do have a company match, but I put it on kind of pause until the first of the year, just to kind of see where I'm at with all the debt and stuff. Hopefully, I'm hoping, obviously, with the 5K advice, hopefully I'm less than 15,000, and then I could combat 2018 and not get the rest off. So.
Yeah, well,
retirement is a thing that I have some money in there, about $7K right now, but I gotta start adding stuff, and I want to add more to my wife's Roth IRA that I opened her.
Yeah, and look, I want all those things to happen, and typically I'm like, well, you got to get on that. But the reality is, dude, we got to clear up this flaw in the way things are working and get out of this 20. But are you at least, you're not even hitting the match. Does your company offer a match?
Yeah, they do up to 6%.
That's pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'd consider getting 3 in there, at least, so then they're giving you 3 if you could, or if you feel like things are that tight. The other thing is, if you're worried about spending and living beyond your means, then getting the money out of your face to start with is a pretty helpful thing, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
All right, man. Any if there's nothing else, give us an update. I want to know about the baby, all these sorts of things. Just keep us posted.
Okay. I will. Thank you, Pete.
My pleasure, Frank. Enjoy delivering those quesadillas to all the people that should probably just make their own damn quesadilla. All right, that's it for this week's show. If you want to be on the show, be on the show. Will I judge people that order food delivery style? A little bit, but I do it myself. So really, I'm just a hypocrite. That's it for this week's show. I like Frank. I think you guys like Frank too. I like him. He's hustling. Just got to change the mindset just a bit. That's it. I'm out. Peace.
This is where I came from. Planet Lovetron, where we drop love bombs, funk missiles, and live in soul shelters. No helter skelter. The heat don't swelter because everybody stays cool. Left many moons ago to bring the philosophies of my ancestors to another place. God picked the third rock, gave me to my earth family, and told me to create. And so I am. Pen in my hand, microphone on the stand. Over vinyl, I command and demand. Magnificence in an instance. I can make you dance, cry, or love. Fly as a dove, released from Everest. The fresh is fresh, and you can call me E.T. Word to John Tesh. Let me bless this harmonic presentation. It's amazing, so amazing. I'm the reason. Salutations, I bring you Lovetron greetings from a faraway land. I am the sole controller. Put the remote down and let me take control. You're now a part of my zone, so enjoy yourself. Lovetron can restore your health. I bring you greetings, salutations. How you doing? And is that how y'all say it? The tinkling of the keys is an homage to the little star. I sojourn over poetic descriptions of sound and travel to my other world. Out of this world, spaceship on my arm took me home, fueled by the ink and the megabytes and the hypertext transfer protocol, stronger than the Skynet and the Terminator. I push faders into warp speed, glide with ease, creating a breeze they call a black hole. Event horizon, no rear view concerns. This I adjourn, and beats I burn. This I adjourn, and beats I burn. Salutations, I bring you Lovetron greetings from a faraway land. I am the sole controller. Put the remote down and let me take control. You're now a part of my zone, so enjoy yourself. Lovetron can restore your health. I bring you greetings, salutations. How you doing? And is that how y'all say it?